Here's the lineup on the front row. Russ Gamester in car number 51, and alongside is Tony Stewart in car number 11. In the second row, car 63, driven by veteran Jack Hewitt. Alongside is Jay Drake in car 17. The third row, there's Jimmy Kite in the 92 machine and Brian Gerster in 61 carrying an onboard camera. Paul Durant starts in 95 and Chet Phillip in 27. The fifth row, the winner here at IRP in May, Pat Abold, flanked by IRL former points leader Davey Hamilton. The sixth row, Ryan Newman in car 39 and Mike Bliss. The seventh row, Dan Dryden in car 33 and Dave Darlin in 56. And the eighth row has Jim Keeker in car number 20 and Johnny Heidenreich in 80.
Row number 9 is made up of Chuck Leary, who won earlier this year, and Robbie Plott. Row number 10 is Tracy Hines and J.J. Yaley, the last guy who qualified. Jason Leffler and Donnie Beechler make up row number 11. Row number 12 is going to be Jason McCord and Doug Coletta. Row 13, Ronnie Burke and Bentley Warren. And row number 14, Andy Mitchell and Kenny Irwin. Last row, Joe Gossick and Jeff Mitterson will make up their final row.
Okay, sports fans, here we go. This is going to be fun. The USAC Silver Crown car set to go in the DuPont 100 here on Thunder. Russ Gamester leads them down for the green flag, and we're underway.
Well, Russ Gamester did exactly what he had to do. He got a good jump, but it looks like he didn't get quite good enough jump. Tony Stewart just would not let him have the lead and took the lead going around turn number 1.
Yes, indeed, and Stewart begins to stretch out the advantage down the backstretch just a little bit.
You can see that everybody made it safely through turn number 1. We've had a little trouble with that in the past couple of years. Guys getting banged around a little bit. But Tony Stewart and Gamester jump out into a 4 or 5 car length lead on lap number 1.
There's our tread cam, and man, oh man, they speed by. And there is the onboard camera being carried by Brian Gerster as he goes down the backstretch in the 6th position.
He's running back there in 6th position. He's a few car lengths behind everybody, but you can see he's not working real hard in the cockpit right there. The thing seems to be working pretty good. He's turning the wheel pretty nice and easy, keeping that thing straight. You have to remember, these cars have 75 gallons of fuel. They have about 400 or 500 pounds of fuel hanging over the back end. It makes them very much different handling in this part of the race than they were when they were qualifying.
There is Tony Stewart leading him off the corner. That's Gamester in 2nd position. Jay Drake is running in 3rd. Jack Hewitt is in 4th. And then Jimmy Kite is running in 5th position. Those 5 cars have broken away from the rest of the field just a little bit. And Larry, it must be very, very difficult for these drivers to know that in order to win this race, you can't really go very fast and punish your car for quite a while here.
Well, you've got to really save the tires. Almost every driver that Dave talked to down there mentioned the fact that you have to save your tires. The setup is very critical. With all that fuel back there, you've got to set it up so it's not pushing the front end early, because if you push the front end early and get that right front tire overheated, then you get in big trouble later on.
We're watching Mike Bliss in 10th position in the yellow car number 9, and right ahead of him is the 95 car, and that's Paul Durant, one of the Indianapolis 500 veterans that we have competing here tonight.
Well, Bliss is being very patient. He's working pretty hard on Durant, but he doesn't want to do anything that's going to hurt those tires. You heard him talk about as well that you have to save your tires, you have to take your passes when you get the chance. I think he's going to ride along here for the first 15 or 20 laps, and then you're going to see him start really working on Durant. Right now, he's working on him pretty hard, though.
Oh, he sure is. He almost bumped him there in the tail as they went down the backstretch. A little bit of bottoming out there from the Durant car, and we look back from Brian Gerster to the field trailing him. Gerster currently running in 6th position. You can see Bliss back there. He's on the inside of Durant.
Yeah, he's trying to get back around somebody back there. He just cannot quite pull it off. You got a good shot of how everybody tries to get through the corner, where everybody's running on the racetrack back there. Oh, Durant's got a little bit sideways there. Got that right rear a little bit smoked up there, and he doesn't want to do that very often.
This is the car that Chuck Gurney normally drives on the Silver Crown circuit, but Mike Bliss is at the controls here tonight. And once again, he dives to the inside, makes a nice move, and takes the position away from Paul Durant.
And you see when he did that, when he made that move and he slid up in front of him, you never saw that first bit of smoke off the tire. He made a nice, clean move. He didn't want to get it sideways. And,
here, 30 to go, as Tony Stewart is trying to put a lap on Donnie Beechler.
There's the battle for second. Kenny Irwin has caught up with Russ Gamester. He is now really trying to get into second place. Again, this guy has done a terrific job. I thought Mike Bliss would be the guy to come from the back and go to the front.
Look at him.
Look at this. He went to the bottom, drove it straight up the racetrack, went right on around him, and never slipped the wheel. He never spun a tire. He never showed any smoke. He kept the race car perfectly straight. They did a terrific job. He and Johnny Vance set this race car up almost perfect.
It's little wonder that so many big-name Winston Cup teams are taking a look at him. We heard Roger Penske say a couple of weeks ago that he's interested in Kenny Irwin. And again, we anticipate possibly him being named as the driver of the 28 car next year on Friday when the Robert Yates team has a news conference. But boy, you just got to be very, very impressed with the performance that Irwin has put on here tonight. And he's no slouch in the trucks either.
He's done a terrific job. And I'm impressed with how they've set this race car up. Remember, he set it up to run fast the first half of the race, the last time we saw him here, not the last time, but one of the times last year. And then he completely blew it the last half of the race and got passed. He wasn't going to make that mistake, so he didn't really blast through him the first 20 laps. But boy, about 25 laps in the race, he started picking guys off, and he is really quick.
Well, there you can see that Abold has passed the 69, or the what?
That's the 92 car. He's gone into third place. He's gotten around the 92 car, Jimmy Kite.
Right.
And that is your leader. That's Tony Stewart right there, who is getting ready to lap the third place car. Unbelievable.
It really is.
We talk about how good Kenny Irwin has done, but Tony Stewart has just made a shambles of this car.
He sure has. Now coming up on Pat Abold in the 69 car to put a lap on him. And Abold is looking at a black race car in back of him that is cutting through the field in fine fashion.
Well, obviously, there are no mirrors on these race cars. They've got radio communication, so he knows who's behind him, but they don't have any mirrors, so he doesn't know where he's at or how he's trying to get around him. They're just telling him, he's getting ready to lap you, don't let him. Well, there wasn't anything he could do. Tony Stewart is just too fast.
77 laps have been completed out of the 100 of the DuPont 100. It's been green all the way as Tony Stewart has led from the drop of the green flag. He was outside the front row when the race started, took the lead immediately from the pole sitter Russ Gamester. We got a spin right here on the
takes out the leader. That was Tony Stewart that ran into him. The lap car coming off of there, and that's Jay Drake in the 17 car that got sideways. Tony Stewart with no place to go nails him, and you talk about luck. This kid has none here tonight.
How about that? Well, the race was his and things were going so well, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, coming off the fourth corner, the race, by the way, has been red flagged because Jay Drake got over on his head. The car is, as you can see, against the inside retaining wall here on the main straightaway, and Jay is climbing out, and also climbing out of his car is a very, very
That thing just went away on him after the red flag.
Well, the good news for Donnie Beechler, if there is any at this point, he's out of the race, but he will keep the points lead in the Silver Crown division. The question is, who is going to move into second position? With Sills not competing tonight, and if Jimmy Kite continues to hang in there, he may be in second position. There are 8 laps to go, and now Bliss is going to make a run at Kenny Irwin.
He sure is, and the car in third place is Danny Dryden. He was way back about 8th or 9th spot, and he is making a heck of a run. He's passed everybody up to third. I don't know whether Bliss has got anything for him or not.
Russ Gamester's car is sputtering as it goes down the straightaway here in front of us. So Gamester drops out after running second just about all race long. Here comes Robbie Flock to the inside of the racetrack.
He's a couple laps down. Abold is still in 4th place, and Kite is still in 5th place, but really, the 94 car block has nothing to gain right now.
And look at Dryden as he comes right up on Mike Bliss and challenges him for second position. So don't count Dryden out of this thing by any means. There are less than 6 laps to go. Dryden trying to catch up and pass Mike Bliss.
Right now, Bliss is the best thing for Kenny Irwin. If he can keep Dryden back there a little bit, Dryden went up there and gave him a little bit of a nudge that time by, and he really hasn't found any way to get around. All 3 of these guys running at a tremendous pace after 95 laps out here on this racetrack.
Well, Kenny Irwin Jr. appears to have things in hand at the moment. When he comes down, he'll complete lap number 96. We'll have 4 to go. We're concentrating. Oh, we got some smoke over there in the first turn, and a car has spun. Who is it? Looks like Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman, yep, sure is. He spun down there. Gamester had a left front tire going down. That's why he had to pull off and into the pits. So tough break for him. Ryan Newman now in the pits. That's 96 laps as they cross the finish line this time. Now, the ruling was, they told us in the drivers' meeting, that they will not complete this race under yellow. So, if we go up to lap 99, they will stop scoring, and then it'll be white and green at the same time, and 1 green flag lap, dash for cash.
From the onboard camera of Jim Keeker, watch the upper left of your screen, and maybe you can see Ryan Newman sliding sideways and to a stop in the second corner. We really can't tell who else was up there, but there is Newman sliding around and stopping in turn number 2.
Right, he tried to get down underneath somebody there, either just tapped him a little bit or maybe pinched the car too much and lost the back end and slid around. And you can see these guys back here hard on the brakes. They didn't want to get in that mess, and obviously all of them missed it.
All right, we have the track crews out there now. They'll probably get Ryan Newman going again here, and as Larry said, it might only be 1 green flag lap, but the race cannot end under caution. Kenny Irwin at the front of the field, Mike Bliss running second, Dan Dryden is third, then Pat Abold and Jimmy Kite.
I want everybody out there to just think about this, because when the green flag falls again, you better hold your breath with Mike Bliss and Danny Dryden running in second and third going into turn 1.
This completes lap number 98, and the 1 to go signal is being given, so indeed there will be just 1 lap under green. The dash for cash here on the DuPont 100. If you are tuned in for RPM tonight and the replay of it with John Kernan, stay with us, because just as soon as this race is concluded, we will be going to RPM tonight. We've gone a little bit over, but it was because of the flip that we had on the main straightaway here involving Jay Drake. Everybody is okay. Now Kenny Irwin is in charge of the field.
Well, you can bet that there isn't any of those first 3 guys is going to let any of the other 2 outbrave him down into turn 1. Dryden did not get a good start. That's not good. Bliss looks like he's the only guy that's got a chance.
Let's see what happens. Down into turn number 2 they go. Irwin maintains the advantage by about a car length. Mike Bliss onto the backstretch now with Irwin, trying desperately to close in, but it looks like he's not going to get the job done. Dan Dryden comes up into 3rd position, but nobody is going to challenge Kenny Irwin as he wins the DuPont 100. Bliss second, Dan Dryden is third. The white flag is out. I'm sorry, this is not the checkered, it's the white flag. 1 more lap to go. So we'll see if there is a challenge again. I don't think there's going to be. We have a car in the wall over on the backstretch, and a couple of other cars spin around. That's Kite. Here comes the checkered flag now, and Irwin wins it. Bliss and Dryden second and third.
That was Jimmy Kite that got hard into the wall. These 3 guys didn't even know what was going on. They were battling each other so hard. But Jimmy Kite came up there. He'd been trying very hard to gain a spot or 2, and he got into that fence coming off of turn 2.
The car climbed up on the wall, almost tipped over with Jimmy. He is out of the car and okay. Well, here's another guy that has suffered some bad luck tonight, and again, he was one of those up there in the point standings. So it has not been a good night for those in the top 5 in the point standings, even the top 10 for that matter. But the good news is that Jimmy Kite is all right. And Kenny Irwin is stopping here on the main. Well, he didn't stop in victory lane as he was supposed to. Now he does, and gets out of the car and is accepting the congratulations and the cheers of the crowd.
29th to 1st. That's a tremendous drive.
Incredible performance by Irwin. Bliss is second, Ryan in third, Pat Abel fourth, Bentley Warren is fifth. We got to get off the air. Quick, Dave, go.
One of the most amazing performances in USAC history. Kenny Irwin from dead last to win. There, ladies and gentlemen, is the champion of tonight's DuPont 100. He'll be back for the truck race tomorrow night and then for the Busch Grand National cars. We're going to Rossburg, Ohio, Eldora Speedway next week for Thunder and Sprint cars. I'm Dave Despain for the boys in the booth. Stay tuned for RPM tonight next.